TV. That's why sports are fun. Too much?
Sure. You can't have. How can you go from a football season that starts in July?
Yeah, really.
And finishes in January and then starts again in
Year-round.
late March.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
it just keeps on going.
I mean, they're playing
Unbelievable,
when they play the World Series. You know, when it's 30 degrees
Yeah,
outside. That's
absolutely
baseball.
incredible.
Well, in the month of April,
Hey,
we had hockey players.
Welcome to the Hot Corner, the friendly
Baseball.
neighborhood bar. Come on in, have a seat. Cold beer? Coming right up.
Well,
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, though, Gordy. I got to get back to what you said earlier. Here, join us in a conversation. Have a good time. Talking about that running attack of the Redskins.
Yeah.
You know, when George Allen took the Redskins to the Super Bowl in '72,
They should have won.
they should have won.
They're the only team to beat the Dolphins in preseason that year.
Well, hey, that doesn't make it.
Preseason.
What
They
difference
beat the
does that
Dolphins in preseason of that year.
I remember
They're
it.
the only team to beat the Dolphins that year.
Yeah, let me just
That's
ask
why
you this.
I thought they were going to win.
Here was their attack. They had Billy Kilmer, who couldn't throw 4 feet. Could not throw the football 4 feet.
his arms are only this.
In his best day, couldn't throw it 4 feet. And they had one running back, Larry Brown.
And they
Had
ran
one
him to
running
death.
back.
They ran him
And,
to
that,
death.
and they ran him to death.
Shortest career in history.
They ruined his career. And they used to call George Allen a genius. Boy, what a game.
Well, he was
I
a
don't
defensive
know.
genius,
believed
but
in
he was
physical
not an
fitness.
offensive genius.
He believed, yeah, well, I'll tell you where he is. Where he is right now is where he belongs. Some dog team in the WFL or Wiffle Waffle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any chance for that league to make it.
Neither do I.
And I don't
want
see
it to
They're only making it in like 2 or 3
I don't
cities.
want it to make it.
Legitimately, aren't they?
Yeah, 2 or 3
terms of
cities. That's
draw?
right. 7 or 8 of those teams ready to go belly up
I
right
don't
now.
enjoy watching it.
I don't enjoy watching. You know what? Here's.
not enjoy watching
I agree with
it?
you.
Come
I
on.
can't watch it. I can't. How can you watch? You know what I figure? Anybody.
Nothing to do in the spring but watch football.
All right, look. Here's my point. If you can sit through,
When'd you have your operation?
if you can sit through an entire USFL game, here's my criteria on intelligence test. Anyone who can watch an entire game has an IQ under 100. You can't sit there and watch a whole ball game.
What's the difference between USFL and NFL?
It's the minor league.
What is the difference?
Name
It's a Mickey
recognition.
Mouse league.
It's a minor league.
How many players have you heard of in the USFL?
But that's not the point.
It really is. It really is.
Linemen.
No, the last couple of years with drafts.
You know, it really is name recognition. You know, what do you think they pay
can't
Herschel?
identify.
What do you think they play the big players so much for? Because that's who brings people in.
Yeah, but why are they drawing
into the
20,000 a
stadiums.
game?
Honestly,
Why are
those
they
big players
drawing
couldn't command
20,000
those.
a game?
those
How
big
can
salaries.
people, you know what saturation is? How can
Yeah.
people constantly watch football?
Absolutely.
And you know,
not?
well, okay, if you're a fanatic and you have nothing else to do and that's all you can think about.
That's
you know,
true.
I sometimes hear these sports announcers on television down here and on the radio. They say Miami and South Florida is a Bush League town because they won't support the University of Miami and they won't support the Miami Dolphins. I don't believe that's right at all. In Cleveland, there's nothing to do. Down here, there's plenty of things to do.
This is true.
Charlie Nobles, come on in, Charlie.
Charlie?
Hey, you guys know Charlie.
Charlie,
how you doing, big fella?
Good to see you again.
How's it going?
There's the expert.
All right,
We can
how
ask
you
him
doing?
some questions.
What do you like, a cold beer?
I'll take it now, right
Okay,
now.
you got a tough day, huh, Charlie? I
Probably dealing with the
understand.
USFL all day. That's his problem.
I can hear you guys out in the parking lot.
I got to get that wall fixed.
Charlie, what do you think of the rap that Miami is a Bush city?
It's true to some degree.
See?
Miami's
Well, he's got his point of view. He's paying for this beer. Right?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Don,
Miami,
newspaper reporters and their tabs. Okay.
It's people don't like to buy tickets in Miami, sporting event tickets. So I think it's true. It's yet to be proven. As somebody was asking me the other day in here about baseball, I think it would go, but it'd have to be a competitive team.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that, Charlie?
I mean,
What-
you have to be competitive in almost anything in Miami if you want to succeed.
well, that's an easy thing
Yeah,
to
I
say.
mean,
But
it
what
is.
makes Miami different, though, than, say, New York or Atlanta,
The weather
Chicago?
and the transient people.
That's it. It's the New York tradition. People were raised in New York. They were raised with those ball clubs that are in New York. They never went anywhere but New York. Here, you got people moving in and out in South Florida and the
Their
Tri-County area.
allegiances elsewhere. I
The
mean,
allegiance
they'll
is
stay home and
elsewhere.
watch
They're all
on TV, watch their
someplace
team
else.
No
right
doubt.
on TV.
The only time they leave the Giants, the only time Cats ever left Philadelphia was when the Dolphins were 17-0. I don't know, you said Eagles? What Eagles? I don't know.
Oh, we all like the winner, I guess, right?
Yeah.
If we can support the winner, we'll go. If not, we're not interested.
You can always get a
that's
ticket
it.
to a Dolphins game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
you
you're
sure
saying
can.
Yeah.
is they shouldn't bring the out-of-town games down here. They should you should have a choice of going to the stadium or watching the Dolphins on TV, and maybe more people would be interested.
Too many people wait now for it to be sold out. Let somebody else buy the ticket so I can
No,
see it on TV.
What they're saying is they're staying home and watching their home team on TV. They'd rather stay home and watch New York or Philadelphia.
Yeah, we don't have
Only
many
a big
sellouts
game.
every year.
The last time we had a sellout was '74.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't feel sorry for the Dolphins now. They have one of the higher attendances in the league.
Yeah.
They do.
I mean, because they're playing in a big stadium. If there were 50,000 seats here, then they would sell out a lot more often.
And they give a good product. I mean, they were lucky to get Dan Marino. I don't think people. Who
You're
came
right.
to watch him when David Woodley was a quarterback?
Mrs. Woodley.
Mrs. Woodley, their family.
They had a pretty good year last year.
Yeah, they had a good year last year. They had a great quarterback. He took over and they went somewhere.
He's
But,
exciting.
All of a sudden, Shula's a genius again when their quarterback gets in the ball game. Unbelievable. What do you think, by the way, of the prospects of the Dolphins this year, Charlie?
Well, I was telling somebody else about that. I think the biggest question in my mind is Dan Marino, because he's got all the talent in the world. I just wonder whether he can walk that straight line toward greatness, because he has the tools to be great. I just wonder, he's a cocky kid, and I think basically he could have some problems being too cocky if he doesn't watch it.
Yeah, he got left in that. He got taken in the third round because he was sitting there of his senior year in Pittsburgh. He fell on his face. What happened to him?
Well, there's a lot of rumors. Some of them I can't tell you about, but I mean, in
guess.
terms of
Like Arch Leister type thing?
well, I don't know about that route, but they said he was having some trouble with off the field things. But I think cockiness hurt him there. He thought he could do anything in the world. He had a little tougher schedule, and the team was not as good
But
that he was playing with.
He's got the raw material to be a great quarterback.
Sure. I was talking to Bob Kuchenberg the other day. You've heard of him.
Yeah, a little bit. He's been around a long
He's
time.
been around. He's got the gray hair. And
He's
gray
older than
beard.
Shula is.
It's Methuselah.
The old guys.
But he's saying that Marino, and you'll see this in Sports Illustrated in September. It'll be in their magazine.
Don't tout your own magazine for crying out loud. Okay. What are we going to say?
He was saying that Marino has the tools and has the potential and the right team and the coach behind him to be the greatest quarterback, most productive quarterback who ever played in the NFL.
Who said that?
This is Bob
I'll
Kuchenberg.
tell you
He's
what.
an expert. Huh?
No, he isn't. Well, he's not. He's not. He's only All-Pro 10 times.
But Al, talking
Yeah, but
about
he doesn't know what's going on
Arch Leister,
behind him.
apparently he's coming back. He's been reinstated.
Schleister's come back.
He's
He's coming
He's
back.
headed-
The 1 year.
What odds are you giving him?
I'll tell you, what you say is true if he gets the opportunity. Remember the days when it used to take 4 and 5 years to become a quarterback? Now they give him half a
I've
season.
heard that before.
Now they give him half a season. If he doesn't do good, they yank him out of the game. That's what I think Shula did to Woodley. I think Shula ruined Woodley.
I don't think Woodley was. He was an 8th round draft choice. So how good was he in the first place?
He took him to the Super Bowl, so he had to have some talent, just like Marino.
Woodley got no
But he
respect.
got yanked.
No
Yeah,
respect.
no respect.
That's what happened.
You got
to
no
Rodney
respect when he had
No
some bad
respect.
games.
Rodney knew what he was saying.
He had no respect when he had a few
respect.
bad games. They take him out of the thing. What does that do to your confidence? What does that do
I
to
agree
your...
with that.
I do too.
Well, one of the reasons he took him out, Gordon, is the fact that Strock couldn't start, so he had to start Woodley and then bring
Well, that's
Strock
another
off the
case.
bench.
I'll give you another.
Strock's another case.
Talk about Shula taking out Woodley. This is not the first time that I think Shula's destroyed a football player's confidence.
Strock.
Let's think of somebody else.
Definitely.
Strock
In
is
many
one
cases.
example, because
Yeah.
Strock has ability. You knew that, Charlie. Always a good football player.
What do you think of Strock?
Oh, well, Jimmy, no, not Jimmy. No. What do you think of Strock?
He's a lifer as a number 2.
Yeah,
Or
was he
backup.
better? But he's better than Craig Morton at the end of his career. I mean, I think somebody would want Strock.
Is Strock signed anywhere for this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
He signed a 2-year
Yeah,
contract.
He's sold it away.
Stuck with Miami.
They didn't
Why?
know Marino was going to come through.
The question is, what created that? I mean, was that the way he was, or did someone create that, like Shula created that in the gentleman?
You mean as far as him being a lifer as a number 2,
Yeah.
or?
Yes.
Well, I think his personality somewhat lends to that
Which is
status.
what?
He's
laid back.
an easygoing, laid back.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. He doesn't have a competitive...
He finds it easier to accept not being number 1.
Yeah.
He's got a certain amount of skills. He can't move. He knows that with Miami, he's got a good thing going.
He knows that offense cold.
And he's done a good
Been there
job
a
when
long
he's
time.
been
He's
called
done
up.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
he's
gonna happen to
performed.
John
He's
Elway?
performed definitely.
What's going to happen to John Elway? It's the same old story. The coach, before the season starts, says they're going to bring him along slowly. They're going to give him training. They put him in the game. He plays great. Everything's great. He plays bad. They yank him out of the game. It's just not like the way it used to be.
Oh, no, I can't accept that. You know
I
why
think
they
a lot
play?
has to do with the salaries that they're paid.
That's it. You can't afford to let him, exactly. That's why they got rid of the DeBerg.
Right.
But
So
in
they'll
talking-
ruin
No
a few
question
more
about it.
quarterbacks.
In talking about the Dolphins
Let 'em run the
passing
game.
game, what about the
Yeah.
wide receivers and the entire receiving
Yeah.
corps?
You okay,
We have,
Gordon? Let me
do
get
we
you
have a
another beer for
first-rate
crying out
receiving
loud.
corps here?
I don't want this last one.
This man's asking me a question, and you're
I'm sorry.
You're
I
motoring
got
over
to
there.
take care of my customers. Go ahead, Charlie.
Turn to the receiving
I
corps.
got to clean your glass. Go ahead. Sure.
he was asking me about the wide receivers. Do we have a first-class group here?
I agree. I think
And
we do.
I think the only thing you're missing is a big wide receiver. They haven't had a big wide receiver
We
in a
haven't had
long
one for
time.
years.
Fleming,
Yeah.
type like.
No,
No,
I'm
they-
not talking about tight
But
ends.
include the tight ends as well.
You're right. They don't have a
Now,
blocking
you
tight
got a
end that
great
can catch.
passer. Now, do we have the guys to catch it?
What about Johnson,
Yeah, that's,
Charlie?
Duper far outdid my expectations of him.
Yeah,
I
me
thought
too.
he was a dog, bad choice, but then he proved me wrong, proved everybody else wrong.
Yeah. That's why they're getting rid of that number 82.
Number 82 is a little erratic in his performance.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Nat Moore's been one. You want to talk about great receivers? He's been a great receiver over the years. He sacrificed his body too. Always did.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
That's a mark of a great athlete. in
that
any
is,
sport.
No question about it.
that's very
Warfield did the
perceptive.
same thing.
Nat Moore does sacrifice his body.
What about the USFL? What's going to happen there? Is it
Not going to make it. It's not going to make it.
Charlie,
No chance?
Charlie, what do you say?
Yeah, Charlie.
USFL?
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody
you
tells
know,
me you might
I
have to
heard you
cover it.
guys talking on other occasions. You really get into the USFL. You really put it down, and it's very easy to do that. I would say this: that Miami is like a wasteland for sports this time of year, right?
Sure, we don't have
I mean,
a
you
baseball
guys
team.
spend
We
a
don't
lot
have
of
a
time
basketball
knocking
team.
the USFL.
Yeah.
Why not give it the benefit of the doubt for a year and see what happens?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Wouldn't you like to see something develop here?
No,
I mean, we
baseball.
need something
Baseball
here,
or
don't we?
We got something here. We got the
Not
Dolphins. I
football.
don't even care.
You
We have
wanna
a
go to the
soccer
beach?
team in USFL. I'd rather have a volleyball team in USFL.
You have a soccer.
A pool team.
At least basketball or Major League Baseball.
Yeah, don't bring me another
Baseball,
football team. I said,
definitely.
we got enough dopers in
What
this
about
town.
baseball? What are our
I
possibilities?
think the NFL season's too long with the 16
Sure,
games.
I agree with
4
you,
playoff
Gordy.
games, and now they got a whole new season.
Well, it's like
I don't
pulling
often
teeth
agree with
to get them to go down from 6 exhibitions to 4.
I know.
Let's
They
pull
killed
the
the
teeth.
Four too many.
Well, you know why why the owners didn't want to go to the 4? Because they don't pay the football players during the preseason. They have to wait the regular season so they can get them.
We have to buy tickets, season tickets.
You got to pay the
include
same price.
exhibition.
Sure.
That's right.
Well, those owners aren't out there. They didn't make all that money by being nice guys.
No,
No, they're not real sports.
they're not like you and I.
Yeah, sure. But the idea now, Schnellenberger's going. There's Woody Weiser, who's very successful in the hotel business. He buys this down-and-out football team. He brings it to Miami. They have no prospects except they hired this coach that everybody in Miami liked. I say liked because I'm not so sure they like him now after he dumped out on the University of Miami 60 days before the season starts.
You blame the guy. Look at the offer you got, Al. Wouldn't you do the same thing? If you were able to work, instead of working here in Miami, get a job in a big city like Chicago or Atlanta, wouldn't you take that?
If I could get out of this bar by 10 o'clock, I'd take it.
I know that.
But the whole
I don't
point
blame
is,
Schnellenberger.
Yeah,
He gave a collection.
but the whole point is, Dave, look, I'm not knocking Schnellenberger for taking the opportunity. By the way, he doesn't have a contract with a football team. He has a personal services contract with the Continental Companies, which is the hotel, and that whether that football team ever plays a game, he's going to get paid. So he deserves to get, it's American way, free enterprise thing. But what he did was he bailed out on the ball club. He was ready to go in January. Jimmy the Greek, who's never been right in his life, was right one time.
That's right.
And he blew him out of the air for it. But this time he was right. The guy would have bailed
Very
out
good.
and they caught him. Is that right?
Alan?
Yeah, he's 1 out of 100, but they didn't give him credit for that
Didn't give
one.
him credit for that one. One of he was
Picked
right.
the wrong team. Though, you know?
Well, you
Never
picked
said
the
it
wrong-
was going to be Miami.
No, he should have just said,
Washington.
well, see, the Greek overdid it. He just says, the guy's leaving, guys. He's leaving.
Alan, you criticized Howard Schnellenberger for leaving the university. However, they would have fired him if he hadn't done a good job either, so they would have ignored the contract, right?
No. When they fire a football coach, the contract gets paid off. They either settle it or they pay him out for the term. When a coach leaves,
So they pay him until he gets another.
exactly. Now, with this new guy, this Johnson that they brought in here, Charlie, if he leaves, he's got to pay them back.
Right.
But
They're
that's
getting a little-
something new they started with Johnson because of
That'll
the
catch
Schnellenberger
on.
But, yeah,
Around the country.
these administrations, I don't know how they got their Phi Beta campus.
One thing I wonder about the personal services contract is he does have one with them. However, that was the same type of contract that Zonka, Kick, and Warfield had with Mr. Bassett. And when the league folded, they went their separate ways. The personal services seemed to disappear at that
Well,
point.
I'll tell you what I think I know about it. It was the difference between the 3 football players' attorneys and Schnellenberger's attorneys, and I know Schnellenberger's attorneys are smarter than his contract. Everybody learns from history.
Well, I think Bob Kuchenberg negotiated their contracts, didn't he?
He's not an attorney. Come on, Corey. Sit down there. Drink your Coke for crying out loud.
But will the USFL make it in Miami, regardless of what our feelings are about the need for
You
some
want them to
activity
make it,
in
Charlie,
the
but will they make
springtime?
Very doubtful, very doubtful.
Well, they don't support the
Snellenberger's trying to load up with local people, and I understand he's raiding a few, not raiding, but signing a few of the University of Miami kids. So he's going to try to build up some name identification, which is very important.
Yeah.
And he may draw about 20,000 a year.
What are the
You see more
long-term
than that?
prospects?
Well, I like what you said,
No
Charlie,
chance.
and we should give them a chance. If the press gives them a chance, I think they do have a good opportunity. I think one of the problems we've had down here in South Florida, as soon as the press gets on someone, that's the end of the case. It's
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah, it's neat and the end thing to rip them.
Yeah, but the thing is, the press very seldom gets on anybody in South Florida. This is not. Come on, this is not like New York.
What they're doing to that poor owner of the Fort Lauderdale Sun.
Hey, Frank
What did he
Kersey
do
lasted
wrong?
2 years here. Look how long Lou Saban lasted with no record. Are you kidding me? Carl Selmer, did they run him out of town? The press is good to everybody.
I'm asking what happened to the owner of the Fort Lauderdale Sun.
Oh, well, that's a different story. I don't want to get into
That's a
that.
different story.
That's a different story.
How about the guys that wanted to put up that hockey team and built a phony wall to
screaming
show
eagle.
as a
Look,
stadium?
let's
Remember
talk
that
about
one?
something exciting. What about that Celtics victory?
That was
over the Lakers?
terrific.
Now,
I
wasn't
loved
that a
it all the way.
fantastic series?
That was one of the best. I tell you, the two best basketball teams ever to play in the NBA against each other
one team.
in a series played in that series, as far as I'm
But there was
concerned.
one team and one
Coaching
collection
made
of
the difference, Al.
individuals.
Coaching made the
KC
difference.
really made a difference.
Yeah.
KC
KC
I agree
really
with
did a
you.
great
Sure
number
did.
on
Yeah.
Riley.
I could never be for a team that has Jack Nicholson for a fan. There's something about him.
Doesn't make sense.
I
You
can't.
didn't like his sport coat, Al?
No, yeah, I didn't like anything.
How about the dark glasses?
I tell you, I saw some Celtic fan had a sign up, and it said, "Oh, what is it? Jack flew east, Jack flew west, Jack fly back to the cuckoo's nest." They ran him out of there.
You see, they had him up in the nickel seats. And
Yeah.
Yeah, they know how to treat him in Boston.
Well, that was for security, Charlie.
Oh, yeah, right.
Those
What
guys-
happened to Magic? I mean, he looked very ineffective.
Magic choke.
Especially in the last game.
You know something, Gordy? You
Most
said
of it.
something. You said something earlier about Magic. Here he is now. They pay him all this big money. He's a great talent and a pretty naive kid. He's not a wise guy.
Put an
you know,
article in
not
Sports
a vicious
Illustrated
guy.
for him,
And he buys a $4 million house and $4 million cars, and he goes on that fast break all year long. They win all the ball games, and all the movie stars love him. And then he has to play against Dennis Johnson and somebody who's going to stick an elbow in his ribs, and they play in a 97-degree heat, and he says, "What am I doing here?" And all of a sudden, he was in a ball game, and he folded.
He forgot again.
What do
He
you
forgot.
think, Al, with Red Auerbach now retiring, you think that's going to have any effect on the Boston dynasty?
I don't think he can retire. I don't think he
won't
can
allow
retire. No, he may go somewhere, but he'll be making phone calls to KC every day.
I think that's one of the reasons the Boston
KC made a big-
last few years.
KC made
Yeah.
a big difference in that team. They were loose. They were together. They played like a
They
team.
were
and they
fouling
showed
like
it
crazy. They
in
didn't
that
get
series.
called.
What do you mean? They
the
call
Lakers
fouls?
got robbed.
What are you, some kind of lawyer?
Well, that's a point
Tell
of
you,
view.
if they'd have called that game and called the fouls when they were fouling,
Now,
would have been the same game. They were thugs.
Let's
Both
talk
sides
about the
were
referee.
A lot of
The
fouls.
The Lakers didn't make the
Celtics
foul
played
shots
a
they
game.
had. That's one reason.
They could have thrown a couple of guys out of the
Hey,
game.
There'd have been guys all over
Yeah.
the place. They'd have been out of the
Dennis
game.
Johnson,
Different game.
Larry Bird.
That's coaching. That's coaching. Look, they were losing. They had a losing team. Even the first, they should have lost the second game, and they lost the
should have
third,
lost
so
the
they've been
fourth
down
game.
0-3. He changed after the third game. He said, "DJ, you get
You're
on
good to
Magic."
take Magic.
He used McHale to start. I said, "McHale, you can't
Punch him
score.
out.
You can't rebound, but start hitting." Yeah, he did. Isn't that right?
Yeah, he actually intimidated him.
They intimidated him.
Yeah, and the refs let it happen.
Yeah.
That's
I think
part of the game.
that's part. No, the refs. Yeah, no. I think the refs. It's tradition in the playoffs. You don't let them no layups, right?
Let the players
The
play.
Lakers were a
No-
finesse
no
team, and they
bleed, no
threw them
foul.
out of their game. It was good coaching. You're absolutely right.
You know, Charlie, what I'd like to see down here, forget the USFL. We got enough football. We got a good college team. We got a good pro team. How about some baskets down here?
Basketball.
I like
You know, the
baseball.
Celtics used to play down here at Miami Beach Auditorium.
That's right. I
No,
remember
it was
that during
St.
the
Louis
Christmas
Hall.
holiday.
You remember that, St.
Yes,
Louis?
I went.
Remember George Yardley came down here and played?
That's right.
Lou, you were only 25 then, so.
St. Louis Hawks.
Couldn't even support the University of Miami basketball program.
They never had, they had a good basketball team.
It's coming back, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they got a new coach. What do you think of the new coach? The guy that,
Not too bad, not great, but not bad. And he came from a very competitive conference, so I think he'll be all right.
he was a
He'll make
Clemson.
him a factor. He's about 20 times better than Ron Godfrey.
Yeah, well, right.
Remember that
They
name?
didn't take Rick Barry, though, just for a name.
No,
once again.
no.
Rick
experience.
experience.
He's a good local boy, you know.
Yes.
We remember Rick Barry.
A little too emotional, Rick.
Can we look
Great-
forward to the
great
University
player,
of Florida and
no class.
FSU
class
matches
comes
with
down
the
to it.
University of Miami
Yeah.
basketball?
Oh, gosh. Remember the Orange Blossom, what, the Orange Blossom Classic they call it?
Yes.
Oh, it was tremendous. I remember Hot Rod Hundley coming down here and all that. That's what you need, Charlie. You guys need to promote some baskets down here.
Yeah.
Maybe the
need to
college
get the
teams to
media-
start.
I covered the
Yeah.
last game the University of Miami played, and dunking was illegal at that time.
Yes.
And Willie Allen, big
I remember
center for
that,
Miami,
Yeah.
dunked over Artis Gilmore in the second half, and the fans went berserk. That was their big thing to hang on to in their last game.
Did they count the basket?
Did they win the game?
No, they got killed by Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, right? Gilmore.
That's when they had Gilmore and
Right.
Jack-
the other 7-footer.
Pembroke Well, Jacksonville went to the finals of the NCAA.
Right,
Lost to UCLA.
Any prospects, Charlie, for the NBA or Major League Baseball in South
I think
Florida?
that'd be kind of a tough sell here.
What's the trouble?
Place to play.
Well, we got into it a little bit. It's a matter of people being from every place except here.
They're still.
Yeah, but you know, St. Petersburg is not any different than we are, and they're building a
Tampa.
stadium.
Yeah. They may have
Same
two
thing.
games.
Tampa's some of the greatest sports fans in the world there.
Why?
They just
have
love their
also all these
sports.
transplants.
St. Petersburg
They're just
doesn't
trying to
make sense.
outdo
All
us.
the old
that's all.
people
You know, they
stay
have a
there.
real. I think
Their
they're
intelligence
They got a
level.
lot of hillbillies over there.
trying
You know,
to
we're
make
too
us
sophisticated.
respect.
We're too sophisticated for all
They
these
got a
sports.
reason.
We go to the beach, we go to discos, we go to your nightclub when we leave this bar. No, that's not true. We need sports. We love sports.
Does bar have any beer?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know,
Can we go all the way
can't get any help here, you know?
Where's your
Yeah.
waitresses tonight?
All right. Well, hey, it's 1 o'clock. They leave at 12. Besides, you guys have been pinching them and messing around with them.
That's only
I
half.
like to come in here, you know?
Hey,
Okay, here, load them up.
we want to keep you busy.
I'd like
Yeah.
to see baseball down here, Charlie. You know, we have this wonderful Latin population. That's the national sport of all of Latin America. And so many of us who grew up north and played up there and come down here, and you can watch baseball all year round. The University of Miami with a great program over there.
Boy, it's nice to watch them.
I just think that somebody's going to have to take a risk here somewhere along the line and put some money up and start a team.
Yeah, I think if you saw, I hate to keep mentioning Sports Illustrated, but
Sure, go ahead, Charlie.
they did list
take it.
5 cities that would be the most likely candidates for expansion, and Miami was number 5,
Yeah.
even without a stadium.
Was Tampa St. Pete ahead of mine?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't they already have a team?
No, they don't have a team.
Did Minnesota get sold today or yesterday?
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to happen Friday.
Well, we thought they were going to go to Tampa.
Yeah, but they're not.
They're not?
No.
I think part of the deal was they would remain in Minnesota.
So are they going to have
Griffin family
are they
said
going to
that.
have an expansion team in Tampa? Or?
I think so, and that'll be 2 years down the road.
That's too much baseball then.
But you know
Remember there were
what?
16 teams? I knew everybody then, too.
That's right. You don't even know who plays for Toronto.
Let me put this thought in your head, though.
Now we have.
In Miami, you know, in Miami, during the summer, if it doesn't rain in the afternoon, it gets cloudy and threatens to rain. Yeah, it would be tough to draw 30,000, 20,000 a night under this cloud of potential rain. I think they need a dome, even in the tropics.
So be your expense, don't you, Dave?
It'd be quite expensive. What is your statement about Ihorn, saying that mine is the waste
I think
for
he's right.
baseball?
I think Einhorn is right. That's
Why?
the Chicago end. Because all the
It's a good
pitchers
thought.
go in high school. The majors take the high school pitchers right away, and they would let them go to college. The colleges should be subsidized by the majors in some way, shape, or form because college baseball is up to A level. As far as I'm concerned.
Football should be subsidized by the pros.
It is
too.
in a way, but it should be. I agree
What's
with
with
you.
this aluminum bat that they use here in this?
And they won't let them use it in the
college
majors.
league?
Charlie, that's yours.
What's behind that, Charlie? The aluminum bat.
Aluminum bat comes from the fact that wood bats break, and
Can't
they don't
afford
have
it.
that much wood, and wood's expensive.
Yeah.
Really?
And the
Yeah.
majors take all the good bats.
Yeah, they
So
take
they
all
get
the
the
good
dogs.
wood.
Yeah,
The
keep
minors
all the
take
good
all
wood. But you know, it's just something about it when a guy's hitting
Right.
with an aluminum bat. Can you see
Sound.
Ted Williams
Sounds like a
and
tin
ping?
cup.
I mean, you know, I just don't. I don't hit that groove. You know?
I think another reason they have the aluminum bats is they put more runs and more scoring in the game, which makes for more interest.
Well, is it really livelier?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. A
Well, all
pitcher
the-
can get killed.
I read a figure the other day where in the College World Series, the separating year, the second year, the first year of using aluminum bats, the batting averages in the College World Series went up 30 points. You know, come on. What
Well, some of those
what else
scores,
is
you
the
see some of those
difference?
scores, 18 to 12,
See
they're
that
all
game
high
this year?
scoring.
Because there's no pitchers in college. They're all, the pitchers they take out of
That's
college are relievers.
You're right,
They take the
Alan.
relievers.
A coach can't even finish his program because he never knows who he's
Exactly.
going to have to play next year.
Yeah, it's
Are
kind
the-
of a bad scene.
Are the
Guys, I'm afraid it's a 2-minute warning again. Those cops coming here all the time. I got to shut it down at 2 o'clock.
You're going to get a chance to ask Charlie who's going to
ahead.
win the World Series.
Yeah, come on, Charlie. Give us
World
some
Series?
Yeah, well, it's not too far off.
Well, let me think.
Are the Mets for real?
How about the Miami Flamingos?
How about
Miami
Wimbledon,
Sun?
Charlie? Who's going to win Wimbledon this year? You think Lendl can do it again?
I'd like to see McEnroe break a leg.
Yeah, I'm with him. He's the only guy in the world, when he plays a Russian, I'm from the Russian.
I'd like to see him
I
just
just
break
can't
his
think.
tongue.
Isn't it funny how much of a good guy Jimmy Connors has become now that McEnroe?
Yeah, now that McEnroe's so bad.
Yeah, right.
They can talk about McEnroe all they want, what a great player he is and everything, but I can't stand him. And they can say that it's just, he's a genius and all that. That's your Frank Deford up there
This is parents.
I can't take him. I agree with you.
Parents.
Something like that. Something's wrong with that kid. Anyway, guys, we got to shut it down. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. Take care, you guys. Come on in tomorrow. We'll open at 12 o'clock. Charlie, thanks for coming, okay? See you
Good to
later.
see you, pal.
You too, pal. Hey, and you, thank you. Come back sometime, will you, and join us. We'll see you later.
Bring your money.
Take care, sure.
Good night, Al.
Good night, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head. Everywhere I roam, over land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing this song. Said, show me the way to go home. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my head.